All right, so let's talk a little bit about my journey with the trees. This is part 3. So one day I was walking through Wash Park and I stumbled upon an oak tree. And when I found that oak tree, I remembered that my middle name means oak tree down by the river. And so I said, you know what? I want to work with the oak tree. So I went and I grabbed some oak leaves that were still attached to the branches and I brought them home. I sat them on the shrine or on the altar, and to my surprise, I felt something. And I felt a strong king. Okay, I felt through the oak, I felt the thunder beings. I felt Shango. I felt the strength, the masculine strength that holds form. I felt the masculine strength that is the father principle. And when I realized how deep I could connect with these trees once I turned out the lights, then it took me on a whole journey to work with various trees to find out what their personality was. So I worked with one tree, such as the aspen or the hawthorn, and found that their main principle was love. And what do? They exposed to me that what they do is they pull up freshly charged energy from the earth and shoot it throughout this matrix. They shoot it throughout the air. They shoot it throughout the energy around them. Ashe. I pray every day that you're able to experience this kind of energy as well. I was also linked to some other trees like the purple European beech and the willow tree, and they taught me their secrets. And their secrets, this second part of the tree experience, right? That first one with the hawthorn, the aspen, the pagoda tree, the ginkgo, all those particular trees, I call those healer trees. They're angelic. They're very playful. And if they're not playful, they're very healing, right? And sober. And they bring you to those spaces. Well, another group of trees where you got the willow, the sycamore, those trees taught me that what they do is they do the opposite. They don't push out the positive energy. They pull in. They pull in the sadness, the grief. They pull in the pain from the atmosphere. They pull in the pain from this matrix. And they pull it down into the earth. And so this oftentimes attracts ghosts and sad beings and sometimes very hurt beings so they can find transformation in their life. Okay? So I pray that you're able to recognize these trees when they call to you and that you touch them so they can pull in the things that you no longer want and that you can let go of. Okay? The next type of tree was just like the oak. I'm talking about the oak, the pine trees, right? This particular tree, I learned, they don't pull in necessarily and they don't push out this energy. What they do is they mix up things. They control things in their environment. They judge them and put them properly where they go. All right, that's the oak, that's the pine. Okay? So I pray you're able to go to these trees when you feel stuck or when you need to stand up and you need to fight and you need to be in command of your environment. And the last type of tree I bumped into was through like the elm tree and the maple tree. Those are our guru trees. And these guru trees, what they do is they also expand the mind, right? So you have the controller trees that are aggressive and want to kind of pull things into its proper place. Then you have guru trees that push things out to their comfort zone, beyond their comfort zone, so they can be very uncomfortable to be around. Whatever paradigms or thoughts you think you knew or the emotions you thought you need, no, they push you into the uncomfortableness of sitting with truth. And I pray you're able to connect with those trees also when you feel stuck, okay? When you need to be expanded. And so working with these trees, I'd go get a branch sometimes at night, sometimes in the day, and I would sit with these trees above my bed and I would just turn off the lights, or the sun would go down, the moon would come out, and all of a sudden they would just unzip, and these particular energies would come out, and I would be able to put them in their proper category so that I would know what I needed when. And that became a very powerful and uplifting thing, that I didn't always have to dig a root out, that I could also use tree branches. Because remember, roots, you got to use roots because the energy can't pop through the leaves at a certain vibration. But with trees, they're so strong, their roots are so established, their energy so deep in the earth that just the leaves alone can work miracles. I ran into a scientist who was like, wow, can you really do that? I said, yeah. She said, well, what I want to do with you is I want to test you. I want to bring these certain trees in the house without you knowing, and have you tell me without seeing the same information. So I'm going to bring a ghost tree in the house, a commander tree in the house, a guru tree in the house, right? A healer tree. And I want you to tell me exactly what it is without saying it. And so that became our experiment. Before we could finish the experiment, she had to move to New York. So maybe sometime in the future, I'll be able to really finish that experiment with someone. But this became a very real and impactful experience for me. And it changed my experience with the trees forever. And to this day, whenever I go somewhere, I'm very big on connecting with the trees there. What else can I say about that? Because I want to keep this video short, because I have another story too. What I want to tell you is, if you're interested in connecting with the trees, go to a tree, and I want you to ask the tree a question, or tell the tree a secret about yourself. And I want you to move slow, because trees move slow. And that's why meditation is so important, because it's not just help you get in tune with your inner self, but it also helps you get in tune with beings that move slow. Because that's where you're going to have your major breakthroughs. Humans move extremely fast because we're very mental beings. We move in those spaces. We move in those kind of vibrations. We're fast thinking. We make moves. We're just on the go. The tree is solid. It can get everything it wants by staying in one spot. And so what do you think you're going to have to do to connect with the tree to get its wisdom? So if you want the tree's wisdom, you sit with that tree, and you don't expect some huge download. That's not how this works. You have to wait. At least 10-minute meditation. And so you make a statement, and the tree will confirm those statements through the wind. When you say something truly impactful, you'll feel the wind shake those leaves. Like, yes, that's what we want to hear. Yes, you're connecting with us. And if there's no wind, you might feel a slight pinch of joy. You might feel a slight pinch of sadness. You might hear a quiet song. Whatever you feel, take that as that's the experience. And whatever that tree puts in your spirit, that little seed, when you go home later, meditate on it and expand it. And over time, you will get bigger and bigger experiences with these trees. For starters, maybe pick one tree that you always hug. Develop that relationship. If If you're eating something, leave a little bit on that tree. If you're drinking something, pour a little bit on that tree. Tell that tree, thank you for everything you do for us. Compliment that tree. Wow, your bark is so beautiful. Wow, I see your leaves are popping out. I'm so glad you're returning to us from the underworld. These are some things you can do to connect. If you feel so inclined, you can even kneel at the tree. Honor that tree. I guarantee you that tree is going to kneel back. Okay? And I don't mean physically kneel, okay? But through the wind, through your own emotional body, through your own intuitive body, you will be able to feel the power of these trees work in your own life. Anyway, thanks for listening. I'll talk to you guys soon.